So let's crack on and do the thing that we always do first, which is to take a look at the headlines. And we start with the Daily Mail, which I have in front of me here. And it has a picture of our man, Volodymyr Zelensky, looking haunted. Hero leader comes face to face with the horrors of Putin's war. And we also have, I suppose it's the headline, huge boost for women's rights. Equality watchdog rules toilets and changing rooms can be protected as single-sex spaces. Huge boost for women's rights. I guess that depends on what your definition of woman is. But anyway, we move on to the next story, which is the Dave's giving me funny looks. The Daily Telegraph, Channel 4, set to be taken private. That's a story we'll be looking at. And trans women can be banned from female changing rooms. The same story again. On to the Independent, now or never to prevent worst of climate crisis. Now or never. That must be the 85th time we've heard that over the last half generation or so. And we also have the atrocities of Bucha. And there's a picture of a mourning lady who's lost her husband. On to The Guardian. It's now or never. There's a song about that. If the world is to stave off climate disaster, says IPCC, which is an institution that, of course, relies on spreading that particular narrative in order to fund itself, not making any sort of connection between the two. We have Putin must face war. I am, actually, as it happens. Putin must face war crimes tribunal, says Biden. That's a story we'll be looking at, and also Channel 4 to be sold off despite opposition. On to the FT, the Financial Times. France seeks ban on Russian coal and oil as US urges war crime trial. And then there's also City Minister registers shift in tone on crypto with push to create global hub. That's a story we'll be looking at as well. On to the Times. Britain calls for tougher sanctions on Russia. Outsourcing of migrants to Rwanda edges closer. Call blimey. And now or never, but world can avoid climate disaster, says UN. On to The Sun, and June lit up Albert Square, tears as Ender's icon Dot dies at the age of 95. We'll be looking at that story too. The Metro, kidnapped, tortured, killed for kicks. Just horrifying stuff. And finally, we have the Daily Star. Easter hell days. Wish we weren't here. Airports and roads chaos as family holes ruined, hundreds of flights axed, and ports gridlocked, and worst of all, Spanish hotel closures as they run out of bog roll. And those are the headlines.